welcome to VSA Capital 5 Minute Morning Miner. It's Wednesday, the 29th of October. Morning, Paul. How you doing?
Good, well, very busy.
Yeah, no, we are busy actually. Even though it's half-term week and just about everybody seems to be away at half-term week. So liquidity has gone down quite a lot in the market. But the gold price, I'm pleased to say, has bumped back up over 4,000, 4,010 as we're talking now. We did say a couple of days ago that it was just a consolidation and it would start moving back again. And here it is. It's moving back again and it'll go in the next 12 months or so to 5,000. In fact, some people are talking even higher numbers now, but I'm not sure about that. Let's get to 5,000 first. Right, let's start off actually with Panthera Resources, which obviously is a mining stock actually because they've got their gold mining at Kalika. But the news today is all about the litigation case, and it's actually the market probably doesn't quite appreciate how important this news is because it's actually vitally important and actually is incredibly bullish because, Paul, you'll confirm what they've done is they've set the timetable now for the litigation case. And the key is that the timetable is much, much quicker than we probably all expected. The hearing will now be in December 2026. In other words, it's only just over a year till the hearing. Now, the reason that's important is that basically you invest in this for the journey, not the result. In sort of rough terms, we're trading at 2 cents to the dollar today. When you get to the end of the journey, you should be trading at about 20 to 30 cents in the dollar, i.e. that journey makes you 10 times your money. And we've only got to wait 12 months or so to make 10 times our money. Now, that to me is pretty exciting and is a pretty compulsive reason to be buying the stock. And you got any comments on that, Paul?
Yeah, just to give investors the background on this, this is the Indo Gold subsidiary where there was a project, a major gold project, a historic mine that was acquired for redevelopment or redrilling and redevelopment back 2 decades ago under the rules of the Republic of India. But they reneged on that right to give permits here. So there is a $1.6 billion U.S. claim against the Indian government in order to force them for some kind of financial compensation to what is now the company Panthera Resources. And that's what will be tried as to whether or not there is rule of law governing these deals with governments concerning mining assets.
Yeah, and bear in mind what they're claiming is that it should be the value when the case is settled. And of course, the gold price has gone up significantly since that valuation that you mentioned there, Paul, was set. And so that valuation should be significantly higher. And so the claim will actually probably be significantly higher. So this is geared into the gold price. Right, let's just quickly turn to some others. Glencore had Q3 production results today. Overall, looks like it's all pretty much sort of in line as expected. There are always some different bits and pieces to it. The market actually really liked it. It's up 23 pence this morning, which is up 6.7%. Paul, what's your comment?
Yeah, the market is the short-termist tends to be anyway, and that's what we do see in the Q3 numbers, production numbers. They are improved over Q2, but it does still show that year-to-date numbers are meeting guidance according to Glencore's management view, but otherwise they are down in some significant things like copper on year-to-date production. So we'll see how the marketplace views the fourth quarter and what it will actually mean as far as when the financial statement comes out in coming weeks.
Yeah, and back in the small ones, I think everybody knows we really like tungsten, tin tungsten, copper, all the resources that just happen to be in Cornwall. But Guardian Metal Resources, which is an AIM-listed Nevada tungsten explorer, but because it's in Nevada, is obviously getting a lot of attention from the US. They had final figs today. Obviously, they lose money. It's an explorer. And actually, the numbers themselves aren't that important. It's well financed. Paul, any comment on that one?
Yeah, that's the key point here. Is they did have a grown loss to $2.7 million But the key point is they did do a lot of exploration on two of their projects. They picked up the Tampayut tungsten area as well in Nevada, which is one of the historic ones producers back in the day. And the big point, of course, subject to report in, they got away a fundraise of $21 million US, and there's also now a commitment as well, a further $6 million from the U.S. Department of War, as they call it, Department of Defense, for the Pilot Mountain project specifically. So well financed, I would say, for the next 2 years or so.
Yep, looks pretty interesting. I mean, just on commodities, the copper price this morning ticking up very strongly. In fact, it's been pretty strong for quite a while now, the copper price, very much as we've suggested. Tungsten, the Chinese, for what it's worth, are still paying a premium at virtually every auction, and they are stockpiling it, and the Americans are going to start to get very stressed on tungsten. And the tin price is also moving up quite nicely into the high 30,000s. As I say, they're actually all the commodities that you find down in Cornwall, which is of particular interest to me, certainly. And I think that there's certainly, it appears to me with my ear to the ground wandering around Cornwall that things really are starting to take place there in the mining industry. It's interesting. We've talked quite a lot about strategic minerals on this podcast recently. It was my tip for the year. It's actually up now 300%, 380% year to date. That's not a bad return. But it's still got further to go in my view. In fact, I'm going to go and see them next week just to catch up with them. Right, Paul, anything else you want to quickly mention?
That will do it for me for today.
Very good. We'll be back tomorrow. Thanks.
This podcast has been produced and edited by VSA Capital. It is intended for information purposes and not as investment advice. The information is intended for recipients who understand the risks associated with equity investments in smaller companies. Please do your own research and do not rely on a single source when making an investment decision. VSA Capital may derive fees from this content and seeks to do business with the companies mentioned.